Hello and welcome to Miniatures Rundown, another Warhammer Day preview.
Yay!
Yay! Noisemaker.
Noisemaker.
Air horns, right.
Yeah.
This was weird.
It's a strange one.
This is a weird one. We put all the Marines are out, so let's just put all our weirdest crap out there.
Yeah, I mean, we knew these two codexes were incoming because they said that they were next. And I knew that they were going to talk about them today because there's Warhammer stuff talked about today.
But I didn't know we were getting Admech Slenderman.
Yeah, sure.
Let's talk about that one first. It's the Sidonian Skratos.
Skratos.
Yeah, which I don't think that is a word.
Nope.
But he's stilt snipers, man. What is this?
Yeah, this doesn't even make any sense, like, tactically. Aren't snipers supposed to be, like, hidden and low to the ground?
No, snipers get in a tower that is in the middle of the field.
And be the only thing visible.
But he's got lone operative and stealth, so you can't shoot back at him outside of 12 inches.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, like, I get that Admech is the weird Da Vinci-esque faction now.
Yeah, they got the flyers, they got the mechanical dog horses.
But this is going full Monty Python.
It's so weird.
It's so bad, and I don't like the model. They've said that it's kind of a lone sniper. We've seen previews of its weapons.
Yep.
The weapons are, you either get an anti-infantry, which is anti-infantry 3-up, strength 5, AP 2, 3 damage. One shot, though.
Yep.
So you're not killing your character with that.
Nope.
You will slightly tickle.
You're gonna be like, oh no,
You
don't
might
do that again.
seriously injure a character.
Yeah.
Hits on 3s, but it's got heavy precision. Or you can get the Transuranic Arquebus, which is the same gun that is already in the Skitarii kit
Sure.
as their anti-tank thing. It has the same stats, strength 7, AP 2, D3 damage.
Also one shot.
Also one shot. It has anti-monster and anti-vehicle 4-up, but still has precision, which kind of doesn't make much sense.
Just in case you still want to target a character.
Also, one shot of D3 damage against a monster or vehicle is not good.
No, it's like bad.
It's really kind of bad. I don't know, like...
They've got to be like 30 or 40 points to be useful.
Or they come in units of 5? But that just looks stupider. Like, you
you
got 5 of these stilt things just stilting around the battlefield.
Yeah, they gotta have something else, man. They gotta.
There's gotta either be a shtick here, or Games Workshop is just leaning into, let's make sure Admech is the worst army in this game.
There are 2 sticks. They're on his feet.
I hate you so much.
Hey, I did a pun.
Sticks on his feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know if anybody likes this model.
Yeah, I haven't seen anybody who likes it.
Also, I saw a great mock-up. I forget who it was, but it was somebody who had just taken a Photoshop and immediately Photoshopped it broken in 2 pieces, because that's what's going to happen to this guy.
Yeah, he's just like, he's got all the like wires and like the banner thing that he holds on and like sticks sticking. That model's gonna.
Yeah, in addition to all the normal crap hanging off Skitarii problems, he's also got the spindliest little legs.
He's also 2.5 times the height.
Yeah. Why didn't they just put him on Dragoon legs?
Right, that would have been way cooler.
Right.
And make more sense.
Yeah. Oh, and why does he have an exhaust port? And it's clearly an exhaust port because it's got the muffler on
Yeah,
the
it's
end of
basically
it,
a muffler.
but it's hanging all the way down at his feet, so the fumes can come out the exhaust port and float back up into his vision, apparently. Maybe that's why he has stealth.
Because he's making his own smoke.
Yeah, and he can see through it because he's got the guiles.
Makes perfect sense.
Obviously, I'm wrong. This is a perfectly sculpted model.
Yep, Josh solved it.
More excitingly, well, maybe, we hope, for Admech players,
Yeah.
is that they're getting their new codex.
I hope there is at least one detachment that is better than the other one, than their current one, because boy, that one sucks.
If this detachment does what Gladius detachment for Space Marines did, or the normal invasion force did for Tyrians, and makes it into this codex unchanged, what the heck, Games Workshop? Because Admech are, I think they are the worst army in 40k right now.
I think so.
It's the bad combination of being incredibly difficult to play, and the ceiling for doing that perfectly is below everyone else.
Yeah, I would like you to run through this Rube Goldberg machine of machinations to get on par with everybody else.
Yeah, they've previewed a few of the rules. It gives all your infantry. There's one of the detachment that gives all your infantry and mounted units stealth.
That's good.
Which is nice. I mean, -1 to hit all the time. They did not say for Admech that they're getting any other new models.
Right. These are doing the Age of Sigmar book, where it's like book one model.
Well, but the Necron one does.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, but for Admech, I think you can expect Stilts McGee here.
Yeah.
And no one else. Let's hope the Codex is good.
Let's hope the Codex is good.
Emotech.
Emotech.
Yeah, so let's talk, you talk about this one, because you actually play Necrons.
I do actually play Necrons. So this guy, Emotech the Stormlord, basically before the Silent King came out, he was the leader of the faction. And they have represented him basically 1-to-1 from his Finecast version.
Yeah, there's not a lot changed there, is there?
Same pose, like with the hand up, same staff, same everything, but it's in plastic. And that's just better.
Yeah.
That being, and he also is no longer on a 25 mil base. He's on a 40 mil base.
Which for a hero
makes complete sense.
I will also say his cape is way cooler.
His cape is way
His
cooler.
little scales,
techno
tech scales cape. I like that a lot.
Yeah, a lot. Some of the newer overlords have that kind of thing, but it did not represent well in the Finecast version. Good luck. But yeah, I like that they're redoing the named characters in plastic. That should happen. They should cut Finecast. It sucks. I don't know how I feel about it just being the same model.
Yeah, on the one hand, I'm actually kind of happy that they're not like, hey, big name character, here's another incredibly large centerpiece model.
Yeah, we definitely don't
because
need that.
it's also hard to fit multiple ones of those in your army.
Yeah.
And we have the Silent King. We don't need any more dioramas. On the flip side,
I think I want specifically 2 more dioramas, which are the Nightbringer and the Deceiver to be redone no longer in Finecast.
okay, not counting, Catan can be dioramas.
Yeah.
Let me rephrase that. Catan can be dioramas when they're legendary heroes and you can't take multiple of them.
Did I do that?
Void Dragon might. No. Anyway.
The Void Dragon you can only take one of.
Oh, okay.
It's the Transcendent Catan.
Thank you.
That is bold crap, and everybody loves and hates simultaneously.
So this guy, unlike the Admech, they have said that he is only the first of many. Well, they didn't say many. They said other new models are also coming.
Which is impressive, because they just got a range refresh at the beginning of 9th.
So, but there are other models that are not easy to get right now.
That's true.
Either, what is it? The Necron, one of the Necron lords is only like an old resin or metal kit.
That's a whole bunch of models in the Necron kit.
In the range, yeah.
In the range, actually.
So maybe they're redoing some of that.
I would be okay with that. If you take less metal and Finecast and put them into plastic, sign me up. I don't need any new models. Okay, I want new models. I don't want new rules models. I don't need more data sheets. That's what it is.
Okay, yeah.
I don't need more data
sheets.
sheets.
You don't need new units. You just want redone models.
Yes.
I'm gonna guess we're gonna get at least 1 new unit.
Yeah.
Because that's how they roll.
Yep.
And it's gonna be brokenly overpowered.
Yep.
Because that's how they roll. Of course, all this is coming in the new Necron Codex.
They did preview one of the detachments.
Stratagems from the
stratagem from detachments, and they said that it's going to be the like uppy downy. You can pick guys up and put them back on the board, and
uppy downy.
Yeah, that's what they call it. And it's going to focus on monoliths, because monoliths have they have like a little gate that you can teleport to.
Yeah, Eternity Gates.
Eternity Gates. So it's going to be focused a little bit on that. And then the Annihilation Legion, which was previously what's it called?
Army of Renown.
Army of Renown.
Or whatever they're called.
Yeah, whatever the 40k ones were called. And it is supposed to be the Destroyer cults.
Right.
Which I'm happy about. And they just previewed a Fight on Death enhancement.
Destroyer cults, by which we mean really the destroyers, because you're not paying for flayed ones in mass.
No, God no. Not the real ones, at least. Oh.
You know what? I want new flayed ones that are cheaper.
Yeah. I want them to redo the flayed ones again.
Yeah. We did them 2 years ago. Don't care. Put them in boxes of 10, we'll talk.
Yeah.
Not boxes of 5. But, Anyway, like Admech, I hope this book is good.
Yeah.
Unlike Admech, they don't need it nearly as badly.
No. Necrons are doing pretty fine.
Yep.
And
they can be very annoying to fight with their...
Just giving them more variety would be cool. Their current attachment's a little boring. If you have a character, you get +1 a hit.
It's very good, but not complicated.
Right.
Which I like that there is one... Sorry, the fly in
I
my...
saw it.
It's very good, but not complicated.
Yeah.
I like that there is one detachment that does that. And they did that with Marines. There's the Gladius detachment where it's just like, yeah, you pick a nice buff, you get it returned.
Yay.
And then, you know, they'll probably keep this one for Necrons, which is you just get bonuses to hit and you get bonuses to come back in Necron style.
It's kind of like the character-focused one, because you want to put a character in every unit to give them the buff.
Right.
But yeah, it's super simple.
Which is very Necron, because that's their thing. It's like we have these mindless legions, and that guy who actually has a brain.
Yep, exactly.
Now on to the Mortal Realms, because we got Age of Sigmar.
Yeah.
Book 3 of Dawnbringers.
Yep, it is the last in these in order.
Thank God.
Well, no. I mean, it's the last in the order that we're looking at today because the models come first.
Yeah.
Sure, give Stormcast new models. That's probably fine.
Yeah. That being said, I'll forgive them because it's a dragon.
It is a dragon, and it's a priest on a dragon.
Yeah, it's got a guy on top. I don't care about that. It's a dragon. So it's Lord Relictor. I hate his name. Ionis Cryptborn. Such a dumb name.
So when at first glance, I literally looked at this and I went, that's an undead model.
I thought it was too. And in the previews, we all saw the previews and thought that was a, like the rumor engine. We all thought that was new zombie dragon.
Yeah, which needs it.
Nope.
No, it's the 5th Stormcast dragon?
Those are rookie numbers. We gotta drag in those numbers up.
Yeah.
So this guy's shtick, he's been around in the lore for a long time. Stormcast, whenever they get reforged, they lose a little bit of themselves, and they get more and more mindless, and they kind of suck, because that sucks. Sigmar doesn't like that. So he sent this guy off to go, he's like, hey, go figure that out. And he kind of disappeared for a bit because it kind of went rogue, and I guess he found a dragon friend, and now he's back. For mysterious reasons. They won't even say why.
Yeah.
Read the book, I guess.
Ionis Cryptborn is back somehow. I made a Star Wars reference just now.
Yeah, the worst one. The worst one not directed by George Lucas. But anyway, they didn't preview his rules, really.
Nope.
All they did was say that he's back, and gotta love it, he's back in a box with other models, so he's going to be incredibly expensive.
This is not even the first time that they put those models in a group box, is it?
Yes, it is.
It is? Okay.
Because the first time they came out, it was just, I think you're getting confused because when you buy a group of box of Stormdrake Guard, one of them can be made as a hero, the Nitro.
That might be what I'm doing.
Right, and then you get a spare one.
Yep.
So no, he's going to come in a box with basically a box of Dracothian Guard.
Yep.
Not Dracothian Guard.
Stormdrake?
Thank you, Stormdrake Guard. So that'll be cool. I love the Stormcast Dragons. If I was still playing Age of Sigmar more, I'd probably be playing a Stormcast Dragons list.
Yeah.
Because dragons are cool, yo. But the fact that you have not a centerpiece model, but a large hero model who is by himself probably going to run upwards of $100+ in a box that is already...
What, 80 for those two?
I think it's 90 now.
Oh.
Yeah, I'd expect this box to be $150.
Yeah.
And that's just annoying, because if you don't need more Stormdrake Guard, which you should need more Stormdrake Guard because dragons are awesome.
Dragons are awesome.
But, yeah. I do like his model, I will say that.
The model's sweet. I actually, the detail on the dragon they constantly impress me.
Yes. The detail on the dragon is impressive. The Lord Relictor is one of the Stormcast heroes I like the most visually.
Oh, really?
Because he doesn't have the dumb face helmet, they just make him Skeletor.
See, that would make him look stupider to me.
Yes, and I'm fine with that.
Oh, okay.
I like that better than the handsome Squidward faces that the rest of them have.
Yeah.
I'll take Skeletor over handsome Squidward is what I'm saying.
All right, you know what? The best of, what is it? The lesser of two evils.
Yeah.
Lesser of two evils.
In the Valley of the Handsome Squidward, the Skeletor man is king. That didn't mean anything.
No, it didn't, but you know what?
Anyway, it's a fantastic new model, and when it goes on sale individually, I'll probably get one.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'm buying a box with 2 more dragons in it.
They are just throwing out these boxes that are like new model and old stuff. Get this crap out of here.
Yep. Yep. But that's not even old stuff, though.
No, because it just came out at the beginning of last edition.
That's the most recent Stormcast big hits.
Yeah.
Is the Storm Great Guard.
But if they put anything else in there, we'd have made fun of them even harder.
Sure, but since when do they care?
True.
Cut to picture of the Auric Warclans Vanguard right here.
Yeah, fair enough.
So then we get back to more heroes riding large animals. That's the theme of Age of Sigmar today.
Yeah.
So this guy is kind of a reference to a previous Wood Elf thing. In old Hammer, there was a Wood Elf hero named Orion, who was basically like he was the amalgamation of all these elven spirits. He would be reborn every spring and die every winter, blah, 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 blah. And he was the master of the hunt.
Gotcha.
That pose and all that is taken directly from Orion.
Gotcha.
He's got the hunting horn. He led the Kurnoth hunters back then when they were just guys, wild riders, so the dudes on stags. So they have now reimagined him. This is not Orion like lore-wise. His name is Belthanos, first Thorn of Kurnoth. They reimagined him as one of the Kurnoth, which is the tree people, and put him on a giant beetle.
Sure. Not the first giant beetle in the faction?
No, I doubt he's going to be as big as Alariel.
Yeah.
Because Alariel is massive.
I'm going to guess, like, just looking at it, probably like an 80 mil base? Maybe a 60?
They say he buffs Kurnoth hunters. Kurnoth hunters are the the mid-sized tree people who have the scythes, the swords, or the bows. Historically, in Sylvaneth, they've often been menacingly good. So if he buffs them up nicely, that would be really cool. I do like this model a lot.
I do too.
I think this model is really cool. I like his beetle a lot. I like him a lot.
I don't like that he is also in a box with old models. And again, not necessarily old models, because the beetles are some of the newer Sylvaneth models.
So it's the Spite Rider Lancers or Revenant Seekers, aka the Revenants who are on the flying beetles, and then also 3 Kurnothi hunters.
Because he buffs them, and that makes sense.
But why the flying beetle dudes?
I don't know.
Because beetles are beetles, it's just his beetle friends?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's disappointing, because again, this box is probably going to be, $150.
Yeah.
And if you just want that model, you'll have to wait a very long time to get him. And also the box is going to be super limited. You're going to get 4 copies.
But the model's cool.
The model is cool. It's just Mini's Rundown's motto now.
Yep.
The model's cool, the business sucks.
Yeah.
They did not give us any of his rules.
Nope.
They didn't give us any of the Age of Sigmar rules today.
Nope, nothing.
They previewed the 40k ones, which tells me these are a longer way off than the 40k ones.
That's fair.
That's my guess.
That's a good point.
Or they don't care.
Always an option for GW not to care.
And then you think they would have led with this?
Yeah.
But the book, which is book 3 of Dawnbringer's Crusade, The Long Hunt. It's got Mr. Dragon Lictor.
Yep.
Dragon Lictor sounds like a really cool conversion idea for 40k. Moving on.
That does sound awesome.
It's the next Dawnbringer book.
Yeah.
The 4th one will come out right before. It'll come out in spring, I assure you. And then Age of Sigmar 4th edition will come out.
3rd verse, same as the first 2.
Yeah. This one, I don't want to complain too much because it's all we've done about these books, but it's more of the same. It comes with the rules, it comes with the lore, and it's going to come with armies of renown, regiments of renown that buff certain things.
Yep.
This one is the Roving Maw for Ogres, the Evergreen Hunt for Sylvaneth, and the Draconeth Skywing for Stormcast.
Yeah.
Which is weird because we already had, I guess Hammers of Sigmar in Stormcast are the faction that buffs the Dragon Riders as it stands.
Yeah.
But Hammers of Sigmar isn't specifically the Dragons one.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what they're going for now. But I don't know. I feel like we didn't need this.
The last one is Lofnir Droth Keepers, which is more for Fire Slayers.
We figured out y'all like Magma Droths because that's the only thing with that faction that isn't a half-naked dwarf on fire.
Yes.
So let's just lean into that.
Yep.
I'm here for it, honestly. That's fine with me.
I mean, I'm not, but it's better than half-naked dwarves.
Well, if you're gonna get,
again, the lesser of two evils.
Yeah, if you're going to get a regiment of renown for Fire Slayers, I would rather it be Magma Droth based.
Not just more foot infantry that punch you in the face.
Right.
Gotcha.
Here's how we buff the foot infantry that punches you in the face.
Yeah, agreed.
Moving back into the 41st millennium with Kill Team.
Yes.
And this is both great, annoying, great, and annoying. Like, this is a double, triple decker sandwich of I don't know if I love or hate this.
It is a double-edged sword, I believe.
I guess, yeah, I guess those, they cancel each other out to just be a double-edged sword, right?
Yeah.
So we've got Kill Team Salvation. They have not billed this as the next season.
Okay.
Unlike with Gallodark. Mm-hmm. But if you need to catch up on the lore, Gallodark, the ship, crashed into a planet in Gallowfall. Mm-hmm. And it seriously messed up the planet, but it didn't blow it up. This was not a Blackstone Fortress crashing into Cadia situation.
Right.
I guess Cadia just sucks. They survived fine. The planet was a forge world where a bunch of spooky secrets, experiments were going on. Mm-hmm. So what we have here is Kill Team Salvation, where a bunch of Eldari, aka the first plastic striking scorpions, something that should have happened 20 years ago.
Which is nice.
Yes.
I'll give them that.
Are raiding the planet to try and find a Farseer who got kidnapped by the Admech. Mm-hmm. And there's a bunch of Space Marine scouts there to stop them.
Sure.
What's interesting about this is that the actual Kill Team Salvation box comes with 10 striking scorpions.
Mm-hmm. They've done this before. I think it was with the... what are the goatmen called?
Felgor Ravagers.
Felgor Ravagers, where they initially showed them off. They didn't show all of the models. So it's possible there could be more than they're showing here.
Aspect Warriors often comes in groups of 5 and 40k.
Sure.
So they could be 5s. It doesn't say specifically here that I can find. But I'm going to guess because they're kind of squishy Eldar that we're going for 10.
That'd be my guess.
And then up against Space Marine Scouts, which we've already seen previewed, and we've already completely reviewed our description of them.
Yep.
Long story short, they needed to glow up.
They weren't in the Space Marines release, and Josh was like, I bet that's the Kill Team box.
I was right.
You were right.
I did not guess Eldar were coming as the antagonist.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that, in my opinion, other than the fact that they're plastic striking scorpions. That's fine. That I like. I don't like that it's the fourth?
We've got a lot of Eldar teams.
The fourth new Eldar team between Drukhari and Eldari?
Because we got the Hands of the Archon. Mm-hmm. We got the Corsairs.
Corsairs. These guys. And then the... I'm picturing them, but I can't remember the name. I swear there's 4.
Is there?
There's definitely at least 3. I think there's 4.
I think there's just the third. Because... Are we just completely blanking on this?
I think so.
I think you might be thinking the Eldar Rangers release, which happened around a similar time.
No, I try not to think about Eldar. This is at least the third.
Yes, this is at least the third. This is the third one. Then again, this is also the third Space Marine one we've gotten. So
yeah, true.
That's just how all Xenos players feel. Mm-hmm. They're finally happy. I think the reason we keep getting plastic Eldar kits and Kill Team is because there's a lot of catching up they have to do.
That is true.
Here's the question. Are we getting 5 scouts in this box or 2 or 10? Oh, it does answer down here. 2 kill teams consisting of 10 striking scorpions and 10 Space Marine scouts.
Okay, cool.
Which is good because in 40k, scouts are disgustingly undercosted.
Yes.
They're priced to sell. Expect this box to be scalped to the absolute max.
Yes, completely gone.
Because scouts are so good.
Yep.
So priced to sell, and they're not going to come out in a solo release for even longer.
Yep.
This is going to be a box that you're not going to be able to get on the launch day, and I'm very sorry.
Mm-hmm. And then, I know the Aspect Warriors aren't the most competitive, but Eldar is very competitive, and it's the new plastic striking scorpions.
It's also, a plastic kit for a resin kit that has been that way for 20 years longer than it should have been.
Yep, agreed.
So,
if you can find this box and you want it, get it.
Yeah, get 4. What's really interesting about this is that they are doing with this box what they did with Hunter and Hunted for Warcry.
I think that's the direction they're leaning at this point for their smaller games.
Certainly seems that way. We kind of called that. We kind of guessed that it's an experiment. But what it's going to be is the box with 2 kill teams and some crappy scatter. Just call it what it is. It's just some scatter terrain. And Hunter and Hunter was $120, right? Or was it $100?
I think it was 120.
It was $120. And the terrain was another $100 by itself.
Yep.
They're doing the same thing here. This box is probably going to be $120 by itself. And then they, very strangely, despite the fact that Necromunda was not on the docket for today, they have released this Necromunda terrain set to go with this kill team. So it's called Killzone Beta Decima.
They just, right at the keyboard.
They put an H in beta. Beta is already a word. You don't need to put an H in there.
It's Beheta.
Beheta Decima, probably. just gonna pronounce it wrong. I kind of love and hate this.
Yeah.
Because this terrain set is just made up of gantries and one, what's it called? The galvanic, peritonic furnace.
Yeah.
Which is the centerpiece. And then gantries and pillars. For Kill Team, this is an awful terrain set.
Oh, yeah. This is garbage.
This is a garbage terrain set. Like, hot garbage. This is bad. There's no real cover.
You can hide behind the pillars.
There's nice verticality. Well, but here's the thing. It comes on a board, and this is what I like about this. It comes on a board that's supposed to represent the planet they're on, which is actually an ocean planet.
Okay. So it's kind of like an oil rig type.
Yeah. There's like no landmass. This is all an oil rig. So I'm guessing you don't get to step on all that
on
stuff.
the little oceany right in the middle.
It's all about just kind of like jumping platforms, which is an idea I love.
Yeah.
I don't like that they had to kind of do that by printing it on the board.
Yeah, it's a little bad.
But yeah, for Kill Team, this terrain's awful. For Sector Mechanicus Games of Necromunda,
It's pretty dope.
depending on the price of this box, this might be a really good way to get some more of that Mechanicus terrain, which has been slowly being phased out of available boxes.
Yep, that's true.
You can't buy these gantries right now. They've all marked out of stock online. So, you know, I hate to say this, I'm probably going to get both of these just because I want scouts.
Yeah.
And I'm going to find someone who'll buy the scorpions.
Not it.
And I want the terrain.
Yeah. I can verbatim say what you just said. Because I want the scouts, and I don't want the striking scorpions, and I want the terrain.
Who do we know who plays Eldar?
Nobody.
Ah, crap. Well, comment below if you want to buy Eldar from Miniatures Rundown.
2 boxes of striking scorpions.
No, you can't have the scouts.
No.
So yeah, strange new direction they're keeping for Kill Team. It is worth noting, this was brought up to me earlier by other folks, is that if the 3-year pattern holds true, we are coming up on year 3 of this edition of Kill Team, which means we will possibly be getting a new one.
I don't know if they're going to do that for their sub games. I think the 3 years just for the 2 main
They
games.
did for Warcry, and they did for Kill Team. From 1st edition
Yeah,
Warcry
you're right.
to 2nd. The thing is, though, from 1st to 2nd edition Warcry was not nearly as hard an
No.
edition change.
That's true.
It was, let's add reactions and tweak some stats. I'm betting that's what we will get for Kill Team.
Probably, because they just completely reinvented Kill Team.
They'll add a mechanic, they'll tweak some stats, do some FAQ rules, and that's it. It won't be a huge, and it'll come with a nice expensive launch box.
Oh, of course.
But it won't be the change from 9th to 10th.
Do you think that's why this isn't the start of the new season?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I think that they're winding it down.
Interesting. I'm not sure I agree with that, but we'll see.
We will see. Well, that's it for today. Oh, wait, there's still...
There's still the old world.
Man, I almost don't want to talk about this because I don't want to yuck. I feel like I'm yucking. Because there are people who are very excited about the old world.
Yep.
There are folks who have been clamoring for 20 years for the return of the Bretonians.
Yep.
And if you are one of those folks, this announcement probably made your day.
Yeah.
Because there's a few things in here that are going to make old world players very happy. Number one, we're actually going to lead with the thing that they left for the end, which is we finally have a release date for the old world.
Yes.
Early 2024. Now, early is up for debate.
Yep.
Could be January, could be March, could be October, because screw you, I don't know.
I am surprised that it's that early.
Yes, I thought this was not coming till 2025.
Yeah. I am also surprised it's not one of their summer releases.
That's going to be Age of Sigmar. Did they do Horus Heresy as a summer release?
Yes.
They did, you're right. GW doesn't have faith in old world for whatever. Anyway.
Thumbnail, big question mark, crying emoji.
Now, as somebody who doesn't really play Bretonians or love them, because they're just French King Arthur knights, these models are fantastic.
I think if you cut the back, the guy off of this Pegasus, he looks pretty cool.
Well, they are definitely leaning into the late old world Bretonians, which were, because early Bretonians were just knights on horseback with some Arthurian mythology references. Older Bretonians, they leaned very much into what Warhammer is now, which is like, look at all this crap these dudes are wearing. And like everything has meaning, everything is a symbol, everything is a denotion of office or whatever. So they're definitely doing that. They're not just reprinting the old kits.
Which is good.
Which is good. That being said, they are very much leaning into the old style of those old kits. My question is how is the scale going to match up?
That's a good question.
Are they going to do old Hammer scale, which was much smaller, or are they going to kind of do the scale creep that's happened where people are a fair bit bigger?
I think they're going to do scale creep because they have said that the stuff that was previously on like 20 and 25s are going to scale up to like 25, 30, and plus. So that's just like kind of either to give them more room on the base or so that there's not like my spear is like sticking through the back of this guy's head and there's more room for that. I don't know.
One thing they have done is that they've also shown off that we're still on square bases and in formation. And you can see the difference in the sculpting when that happens because all of these knights are more...
Yeah.
Which have to be more compact to fit in rank and file games.
Yeah. Which is one of the downsides of the old world.
Yes.
Not the old world, sorry. The old Hammer.
Yeah.
Was that you could still see it on like clan rats.
Yeah.
Clan rats are like this because they had to fit on their little 20 mil base.
But I will say that looking at new sculpting in that philosophy, it makes me like, I like that it's not all these, I like that it's not jump pack intercessors.
Sure.
I like that every single one of these knights is not heroically leaping off of a tactical rock. I wish they would take that philosophy and put it on round bases, is what I'm saying.
Sure, that's fair.
We've got Knights of the Realm on foot. We've got Knights of the Realm on horse, of course. Pegasus Knights with clear plastic flying stance.
Those don't look new, in my opinion.
Right. Those
they look very aged.
Yes. So these are I'm sorry, I misspoke. These are 4 beloved regiment kits that are returning.
Okay.
So these are plastic, but they are older kits that are returning. And if you want the difference, like look at the Knights of the Realm on horse, and then scroll back up to the Knights of the Realm on foot, and look at the design difference there.
Yep.
And just the amount of detail and stuff we've shoved onto these minis.
Yeah, I'm not excited about a damn model in this whole page.
What about the Men-at-Arms with their old-style faces of the...
Yep. Is that a mustache? That mustache is twice the width of his face.
He would get to go first in first edition Age of Sigmar.
He would get to go first in first edition Age of Sigmar. Maybe that's why I grew it.
And look at the peasant bowmen. You know what the peasant bowmen look like? Clan rats with bows.
Yeah. I kind of do like the like spikes that they put in the
stakes,
ground.
yeah.
Yeah, for the first rank. That's actually kind of cool.
That's a real life thing.
Yeah, I know it's a real life
would
thing.
like go chunk and it's like, okay, you can't cavalry charge me.
But I find it interesting that it's like on the base.
Yes,
That is cool.
I like that. You have to actually flank them to charge them without taking, I'm assuming, mortal wound damage on the front.
There's no such thing as mortal wounds.
We have still
We don't
seen
know yet.
absolutely no rules previews.
Nope.
for
No, nothing.
Warhammer. The other thing that they announced is that the full regiments and other future regiments are returning in boxes that contain enough plastic miniatures to make a full regiment, not just a rank or 2. So a peasant bowman box has 32 peasant bowmen,
Yep.
complete with a command group and defensive stakes. So they're really leaning into buy lots of models. I mean, have lots of models.
And it's 32 models, so you can probably make that. How much do you say? $80?
Oh, absolutely. If we've learned anything from, Horus Heresy.
Yeah.
A box of 20 Marines is $80.
It's true.
So yeah, 80. Speaking of exorbitant prices, we've also gotten confirmation of something I think we all knew but feared, is that many of the new characters are resin and Forge World.
Yeah. I basically, when they announced the princess on that lady, princess on the horse, on the unicorn rather, and they were like, she is resin. I was like, oh, that's going to be like all of them.
That's going to be Forge World. Yep. And so what we have discovered is that, basically your rank and file, you're going to get a couple new plastics. You're going to get a lot of returning plastics, and anything nice and fancy that's new is going to be a resin Forge World kit.
So exactly like Horus Heresy.
Yarp.
Who'd have guessed?
And to me, I don't like that.
I don't
to me,
like
that
it
doesn't
either.
make me want to play Old World, even if they were to bring back Skaven and put it in Old World. Or Tomb Kings. Tomb Kings I think are cool, but I don't. For example, they've also announced a field trebuchet, which is a giant trebuchet that is Forge World resin.
That sounds terrible.
No thanks. No thank you.
awful.
No thank you. But at least we've got answers.
Yeah, I guess.
We don't like those answers, but we've got them.
I have seen exactly one Old World model that I like, and it was the one Tomb King. the new Tomb King guy.
That's the other thing. We haven't seen the antagonist faction yet.
No.
Which I'm assuming is it's going to be Tomb Kings.
Yeah.
So that'll happen sometime over winter.
Yeah.
Oh, I just read this line. Sorry. As we get closer to release, we'll be revealing more details of this game of fantasy battles in the world of legend and revealing plenty exciting things, including miniatures and books, plural.
Again, Horus Heresy. They do the same thing there.
This is not surprise. This is
disappointment.
This is your jailer brings in the crusty bread and a branding iron. You go, I know, yeah.
Yeah, same as yesterday. I got it.
Hi, Tim. Hi, Josh. You know. I hate to end on such a downer note, which is funny because they ended on this because it's there. You know,
it's the big one.
This is the big one. Meanwhile, I'm over here like, show me more that tells me Admech aren't a dumpster fire.
Yep.
I don't even play Admech. I just want them to not be a dumpster fire because I love the look of that army and I want to see them played more.
Show me previews of more Necron models rather than just a resculpt of the one. Even though you've said there's going to be more, just show one model. Come on. Like, this, I will not lie to you, this preview day was a disappointment to me. And I play Necrons.
I won't say disappointment. I will say this was kind of in line with what I expected because we just had a massive 40K release.
Mm-hmm.
Age of Sigmar is in that awkward state between like where we're in this Pariah Nexus or Broken Realms thing where we're winding down, and I know that this is just cynically trying to sell those books.
Yeah.
Like, that being said, hey, Flesh Eater Courts.
Yeah, let's bring up the elephant in the room. This is 3 previews, 0 Flesh Eater Courts. No mention, no nothing. No, I'm not done ranting. If they are not the big bad of 4th edition, if they are not in the 2-player set for 4th edition, they're being squatted. That is my prediction.
I'm gonna hit you with a worse prediction. They're getting World Eaters.
What?
You're gonna get a book in February that will be good for 4 months.
No, so that's what I think they're trying to avoid.
No, I think they're gonna, because what did World Eaters get for last of 40K? They got a brand new book, a whole bunch of new models. They got the Juggernaut, the Jackals, this, the Berserkers, the 8-bound.
The Angron.
An Angron, and a book that they got to use for 4 months. That is what is gonna happen to Flesh Eater Courts.
All right.
They're not getting squatted, they're getting shafted.
We knew they were getting shafted.
Sure, I guess squatting and shafted is really kind of, synonyms there.
Okay.
But so we'll have this bet right now.
So you think they're going to come out with a new book and it's going to be irrelevant when the new edition comes out?
I think it's going to be, I'm not going to say irrelevant for the new edition because I don't think Age of Sigmar 3rd to 4th will be the same level of 10th to 4th.
From
it will be what all Age of Sigmar books happen with cross editions, which is some of them are successful in making the transition, some of them are broken in making the transition, some of them are Gloomspite Gets.
Yeah.
I'm not going to make a prediction on which one of those it is because I have no way of knowing that. If it's going to be Gets or if it's going to be Carriage on Overlords.
So you think their book is going to come out before 4th?
But I think because we have seen the leaked reveals of new ghouls.
I think they're going to be the big bad in 4th. I think they're going to be the 2-player box set.
You think they're just not going to get a book in this
They're
edition?
not going to get a book. They're going to go, here is next edition, here is your Flesh Eater Courts.
Interesting. So you don't think they're getting squatted?
I don't think they're getting squatted.
Okay.
I think they're the new big bad. But if they're not the new big bad, GW hates them.
It's another example of a faction that's like, let's take 2 models and turn it into a faction.
Yep. So flesh that out, pun intended. Make them into the new big bad, and then they don't have to make a battle tome for 3rd edition. They just skip right to 4th.
That is a good point, because, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe all the Broken Realms books had come out after we were actually done releasing all the armies.
I think so.
The fact we haven't gotten one yet, what if it's just another printing and shipping error? What if the Flesh Eater Courts tomes are on a boat in a quarantined dock in mainland China right now?
They're going to be like, sorry guys, here's your book.
5th edition. It's the same book.
Yeah.
My prediction is that the book will come out in 3rd edition Age of Sigmar with those new models. Maybe not the extent of World Eaters, because World Eaters got a lot.
Yeah. They got refreshes, they got new stuff.
They got a Primarch.
Like
they got the treatment. They got the dream. But the ante of that dream is, as a guard player, I can't be as salty as the World Eaters player, because I at least got 6 months out of my book.
Yeah.
They got 4.
Yeah. And theirs was a brand new faction.
Right.
And yours was just an update, and then it got canceled.
Right. So that's my guess.
That's fair. That's fair.
You're guessing Big Bad's a 4.
Yep.
All right. Well, we will see. We will see. Let us know below what you think. I like how our most impassioned discussion was about nothing in this preview.
the thing that specifically was not in this preview.
I don't know. I expected that from Kill Team. I'm excited to see where Kill Team goes.
Yeah. The only thing I don't like about the Kill Team is that it was another Eldar thing where there's some factions that need a little help.
It's not. That's the annoying thing about the Kill Team terrain is it's not reused because all that stuff was new.
Yeah.
But it's reused
poorly
design-wise.
Yeah.
It's like not new ideas, and it's probably gonna be expensive as heck.
Oh yeah.
Everything else, I'm kind of like, I wasn't expecting much from 40K because we just got this massive dump. I'm not gonna go, and now.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Age of Sigmar, I was expecting to be disappointed. Honestly, we got more than I thought we would.
Sure.
Because we got not just 1 or 2, but we got 2 new centerpiece models and a book. Old World, it's very increasingly kind of like Horus Heresy. Very obviously not my shtick.
Agreed.
Which I will say that the new Bretonnian models are very pretty. If everything was new plastic, that might be a very different story. But
That's
the
fair.
fact it's just like, because for Horus Heresy, they didn't do that.
Yeah.
Well, not for the Marines anyway. If you're playing anybody else, then you use your old Forge World.
Good luck.
Sucks to suck.
Yeah.
But they didn't go, oh, you can use, here's the new tank. You're still expected to use your old. We're gonna re-release plastic Marines from first edition, or whatever, 6th edition. They didn't do that.
Yeah.
They did release those whole new, and we're getting another one next week.
Yeah.
The Mark III Iron Armor. They redid that entirely.
And the Daredevil Dreadnought.
Yeah, and they didn't do that for like Peasant Moment, and I wish they had, because I would like to see that. The stark contrast between those new Footman Knights and those Bowmen is what makes me really go, yeah.
Yeah.
Because now I'm not excited for them doing that for any of those old Wolf factions.
Yep, I agree.
Tomb Kings, yeah, we'll get a new Kemrian War Sphinx. It'll be amazing. It'll be $150 in Forge World pricing, and I'm not interested.
Yep, agreed.
Which sucks. Well, let us know below whether you're interested or not in any of the things I just rambled about. Take sides in the Mitchell versus Josh. Are Flesh Eater Courts going to be the bads, the big antagonist of 4th edition? Or are they going to come out this edition and then be immediately made irrelevant? Or do you think they're being squatted?
Yeah, I mean, that is the third way to go.
This is all. Many options. There are many doors, Mitch Boy.
Thanks.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I apologize to all of you.
No, you're not.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye.